Now that Sasuke is back, Naruto doesn't have a flashback of Sasuke. Instead, Sasuke is there with the rest of the team as they go to see Kakashi. Sakura's insults towards Naruto are toned down, but Sai still calls her a hag. Sakura doesn't slap her teammates, so Kakashi doesn't pull her over. Also, Sasuke and Kakashi reunite. All of the conversations about Sasuke are replaced with getting stronger to combat the Akatsuki. When Team Asuma comes back, they also meet Sasuke for the first time since time skip. Shikamaru doesn't talk about the Sasuke problem since it has been solved. When Naruto is surprised by his amount of chakra, Kakashi reminds him that he broke his limits, something that had never been done before. When explaining wood style, it isn't explained as a mixture of two elements, but instead a Kekkei Genkai he gained from Hashirama's cells. Element mixing is no longer a thing. Throughout Naruto's training, he's less dumb and can pick up on things faster. During Naruto's training, his exclamation about catching up to Sasuke stays, and flashbacks of the previous mission are shown. Sakura doesn't cry over Sasuke in her room. When Kakashi makes the Rasengan, he adds that he has come up with his own jutsu that mixes nature transformation. He shows off this jutsu, lightning style Rasengan blade, and the other two are amazed. But he does bring up that Minato was unable to do this. Kakashi doesn't say that it might be impossible to mix the Rasengan with nature, as he has already done so. He now says that he believes that Naruto can also surpass the fourth. While Kakashi is surprised about Naruto's strategy for mixing shape and nature, since he could also do it, his praise is reduced, also removing any connection to the fourth. The scenes of Team Asuma mourning from the anime are included. When Kakashi and Team Asuma attack Hidan and Kakuzu, Ino has a Kusarigama that she learned to use over the time skip, and when Shikamaru goes over each member's abilities, he brings up Ino's newly learned water style and Choji's earth style. When Kakuzu says that immortality doesn't exist, he brings up the fact that even Hidan can die from malnutrition. When he uses the fire style mask, Choji uses an earth wall to protect Kakashi. Ino joins Kakashi in water style to put out Kakuzu's flames. When Shikamaru explains his plan, he also adds that he put some blood on himself for further measure. When Kakuzu is about to kill the team, Kakashi is about to use his remaining chakra on Kamui when Team 7 appears. At the end of Shikamaru's fight, he lights Asuma's cigarette like in the anime and instead throws the lighter. When Naruto decides to take on Kakuzu, he starts by asking him why he killed Asuma and the others. As the two fight, Kakuzu explains that it was for the bounty. Naruto questions if that's his only reason and Kakuzu confirms, revealing his greediness to his opponent. He also explains that bounty hunting and money is what kept him alive in the past. When the Rasen Shuriken fails, Sasuke is the one who frees Naruto. Sasuke makes fun of Naruto's failure, which irritates the latter. Naruto doesn't recite Kakashi's words, and instead works together with the team. Kakashi takes a food pill as they prepare to fight. Naruto tries to find the flaw in Kakuzu's logic, but because Kakuzu's nature is inherently greedy, he can only tell him that what he's doing is wrong, but this of course isn't enough to change the Akatsuki member. Kakuzu attacks with large masses of thread, as Yamato, Choji, Ino, and Sasuke deal with them. Kakashi charges his Rasengan blade, and Naruto charges his Rasen Shuriken. As the threads begin to overwhelm the others, Kakashi uses Rasengan blade to cut down every single thread, shocking Kakuzu, and giving Naruto the opening to finish off the Akatsuki members' remaining masks with Rasen Shuriken. Since Naruto didn't win this on his own, Choji and Ino don't compliment him as much, instead directing some praise towards Kakashi. Kakashi's inner monologue does not include surpassing him or generations surpassing the old ones, but ends on Sasuke. Sasuke also has an internal monologue, wondering if Naruto could possibly catch up to him. When Kakashi goes to kill Kakuzu, he doesn't mention generations surpassing each other. Starting with the Konoha side of the Itachi Pursuit mission, the team is eating, now with Sasuke. In the flashback, he doesn't say we're getting closer, but instead tells Sasuke directly that he's catching up to him. Also, during the flashback, after the battle, Naruto is upset about to change Kakuzu. When Kakashi mentions the Mangekyo Sharingan, Sasuke is surprised and asks him how he got his, but he keeps it a secret. Kakashi's flashback about Tsunade telling him not to use the jutsu, and Naruto's reaction is the same. Konohamaru's jutsu plays out mostly the same, with Sakura being less aggressive. In the next arc, Team Kakashi and Team Kurenai have another joint mission. Their mission is to capture two Akatsuki who are currently hiding in Konoha. Deidara and Tobi have been assigned with the mission of capturing the Nine Tails. A jaded orphan named Nanaka helps them remain undercover. During the mission, Kiba wants to lead his team like Sasuke does for his team, so he decreases his ego. Hinata looks up to Naruto and wants to become more outspoken and confident like him. Shino wants to become more of a team player. By the time the 8 find Deidara and Tobi, the 3 from Kurenai have achieved their respective character development. When Sasuke sees Tobi, he remembers his own eye activating Amaterasu when he saw the latter's Sharingan. Kakashi and Kurenai stay back to test how far their students have come. In this battle, Naruto reveals an oil-spitting toad. Sasuke reveals his perfected Snake Sage mode, which surprises Naruto and makes him even more determined to surpass his rival. Sakura's new jutsus are Tsunade's nervous system rupture, a new cherry blossom clash, a new inner Sakura, earth-style shield, and Kabuto's cellular activation. Hinata has learned an imperfect rotation. Kiba has learned Fang rotating Fang, and Shino has gained the use of different insects for different purposes. The fight ends with Deidara using C0, and the Konoha ninja narrowly escape with Sasuke's new teleportation jutsu, along with Kakashi's Kamui on the explosion. In the next arc, when Sasuke is alone, Tobi comes to meet him. Tobi explains that Itachi placed a post-mortem trap in Sasuke's eye before he died. The conversation from chapter 397 goes fairly the same, except Itachi failed to remove Sasuke's curse mark, since Sasuke still has the curse mark. After he's cut free, he does his own research and learns that Tobi was telling the truth. He then has his flashback from 402, before crying and awakening his Mangekyo. Sasuke leaves the village to train alone, and meets with Hebi in secret. His dialogue of changing their name to Taka and destroying Konoha is put here. Sasuke explains his reasons like in chapter 416, but he decides to pretend to still be allied with Konoha and wait for the right time to strike. Sasuke also has the flashback of Itachi crying in 403, and he talks to Tobi about it. He also refuses Itachi's eyes and dreams. Kisame's mission is to capture the Eight Tails. He and Sasuke infiltrate Kumo. Meanwhile, Killer B is with Sabu trying to improve his rapping. Killer B vs Kisame goes similarly to their fight in the manga, but B's acrobatic swordsmanship is also emphasized. The battle ends with A and B beheading Kisame like in the original. A and B see Sasuke disappearing with Kamui. B has been grievously injured from the fight, so when they return and the Raikage learns that Sasuke is a ninja from Konoha, he's furious. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and check out my manga for free online. If you enjoy my content, please consider donating to my Patreon. All important links will be in the description.